allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce our guest for this particular hour. It is none other than Philip Etale. Philip, a very good morning to you. And Paul Etenasan, I never got this chance to tell you, Paul, because I know the death of Baba was a big hit to you and your people.
Actually, to me, it was, I was really, because someone I've known for half of my life, you know. We've been together, we've been very close. And even the last days of his, to his demise, we spoke, we had a hearty conversation. Like he always called me. Every time when he was in India, he would call me and tell me, oh, I can see people on social media killing me before my time. There's a day he told me, I remember it was on Monday the 6th.
Right.
When some young men had come to the office. There's a lady who keeps posting a lot of stuff. So they'd read and they came. They were very sad and, you know, they looked like, you know, they'd lost it. So I told them, no, let me call him. So I put him on the speakerphone, and you know, he told them, I'm okay, I'm out of danger, and I'm done with the procedure
treatment. Yeah.
But you know, Philip, tell these people who are killing me before my time that I'm praying for them. And I actually posted that.
Right.
I posted what he told me verbatim. And I'm pretty sure wherever he is, he's praying for those people who killed him before his time. Anyway. Yeah. But actually, even 2 days, I remember Monday the 13th, he called me around 6:30
a.m.
Actually, I remember 6:45 in the evening.
Okay.
I was in the countryside. So he told me, Philip, how is Kenya? I told him it's good. People are really anxious to see you back, and you know, they expect that they would welcome you like they did when you had gone to America.
Yeah.
On hiatus. And he said, yeah, I'm coming back on Friday. I want that like Baba while you're away moment.
Yes.
And then on Wednesday in the morning, I received news that he had passed on. But yeah, it's the will of God and you accept it.
Right.
Actually, it's not easy. I'm pretty sure everyone says so. It's not easy to accept. In fact, people who were close to Baba always knew that he was almost near immortal, that he would never die.
I was one of those people. As much as I wasn't near Baba or close to Baba, for me, and we said it here even when we were announcing his passing, that I thought this guy was immortal. I was actually on air when Edna, our producer, came and whispered into my ear, and she told me, break this news right now. And when she told me that in my ear, I almost thought she was talking about someone else. I was like, wait, what do you mean? Live on air. Yeah. But yeah, I was one of those people who thought that Baba wouldn't die.
Yeah, sure. But it's the will of God. We accept it, and we know wherever he is, he's at peace.
Right.
Thank you for welcoming to the show again.
Karibu sana. Karibu sana. How is ODM now? Because so much is being said, but as their communications lead, you can give us an insight as to where ODM is and where it's heading.
ODM, as the late Baba used to say, is a movement. Is a big movement. And even in his absence,
yes,
it still is. Even whatever noise that you may be hearing from one place or the other, it's part of that anxiety, excitement, and the oomph that is the party, the ODM. You know, Baba held this party together. He was like the Ayatollah of this party. He would, whenever there were some issues, there was disenchantment from one corner, he would calm the storm using his wisdom. And when he passed on, actually many people did not expect him to die.
Right.
Because I remember on 2nd October, he invited me to a meeting at Serena, where he was with Her Excellency Gladys Wanga, the Honorable Jeanette, the Honorable Rosa Buyu, there's the Honorable Irene Mayaka, Senator Godfrey Osotsi, who is the DPL, and the Executive Director, Oduoro Ngwen, and myself. And he spoke so passionate about the party. He kept on saying that we need to hold together as a people of ODM. We need to make our dream come true, that one day we will win state power and guide this nation to greater heights of prosperity. He said it. And as he was postponing the ODM at 20 celebrations, he was like, sometimes you people need to learn to do things without me. It didn't hit me at that time. It was on the 2nd of October. Then on the 15th of October, I came to learn and to realize the import of what he meant. Learn to do things without me. Now he is not there. That without me is a reality. It has hit us. So whatever you can see is people in the party trying to fight for their space. The space is big.
Yes.
But everyone wants to jostle for that space. But I can say this without batting my eye, that the storm is going to come in the spirit of Baba, and whatever Baba envisioned for this party and the country, ODM is going to stand. ODM is going to be solid.
Yes.
ODM is going to be united.
We saw that division playing out really clearly during the by-elections that were held on Thursday last week, where we saw different ODM folks supporting different different candidates. And you would think that ODM would have, a single voice. Now, we understand that Kenya is a democracy, but of course there was that expectation. So what does this mean going forward for those folks who didn't toe the line, if I may use that phrase?
There's nothing like towing the line or going against the line. What it is that democracy has many consequences. Democracy is a mother of sanity. Democracy is a leader to good leadership. And as what you're witnessing today, even during the campaigns, in the by-elections, there are people who are, I've seen online that people are trolling even our SG, which is not right. The campaign was done in the best way that we could. And can you imagine all the 3 seats? Many people expected us to lose the Kaspool seat.
Really?
A lot of people are saying that online voters. That's why I'm saying many people, online voters, people who just troll people online, but they don't turn out to vote.
Okay.
Young men who like throwing words here and there, trolling people, calling people names, would go online and say, Kasipul, ODM is losing. Even there's a former nominated senator who was bundled out of parliament by her party, who wrote in bold, black and white, that take it to the bank, ODM is going to lose Kaspool. And I can tell you, these are the things. When something is big, people will start throwing jabs at it. When you are humongous and you attract so many people, people will start hating on you. And that is ODM. People will start saying, oh, ODM is dying because Baba is not there. That is not the case. The by-election, the results of the by-elections in the 3 constituencies, Magarini, where Harrison Kombe won massively, Ugunja and Kaspool, are just a pointer to we should expect in the coming years as we head into the 2027 general election.
Okay.
ODM is solid.
All right. Now,
and I can tell you,
yes.
in 1992, I think I was a toddler then. I was in standard 7. 94, I think it was 94, 95. Our senior city here can remember
94
after the late Jaramogi Oginga Odinga passed on, and there was these squabbles in the Ford Kenya party.
Yes, I by the year 94, I had been teaching for over a decade.
I was in Form 1 then, and as a student of history, but I love history a lot, and I read a lot about politics. That's why I was so much interested in politics. Even in my media time, I was a political news journalist, and I rose through the ranks to become a political news editor. So I used to read a lot about what happened in 1994 after the demise of the late Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. People fighting for their spaces within Ford Kenya.
Okay.
But whatever happened in 1994, democracy was still very young then. We were just re-entered the political pluralism, and people are so excited about multi-party politics. But now, democracy has matured. So ODM, whatever happened in 1994 in Ford Kenya cannot happen in ODM today. Because now, then political parties were registered at the office of the Attorney General through the Register of Societies. Some small office somewhere. But now there's an institution called the Register of Political Parties, which is the custodian of all political parties. And the consequences of anything that can happen to a political party. You cannot just, if you read the law,
yes,
the Political Parties Act of 2015, it spells out everything that needs to be done for a political party to stand.
Yes.
So every politician knows what he or she should do within the pressings of a political party.
Okay. All right. Now, your political party, through your leader, the late Raila Odinga, came up with this 10-point agenda that, of course, was a collaboration between the KK government and ODM, now known as the broad-based government. I think it was 2 days ago.
Yes.
Actually 3 days ago.
Can see you really track me.
Lazima tukutrack. You wrote about the 10-point agenda of the Ruto-Raila agreement. So let me just read through haraka. Number 1, full implementation of NADCO report, inclusivity in governance, protect and strengthen devolution, economic investment in the youth, uphold integrity in leadership, safeguard right to peaceful assembly, audit and reduce national debts, fight corruption, raise and manage resources responsibly. Then, last but not least, protect sovereignty of the people. Why did you post this, Philip?
I was just reminding people of what the Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga was fighting for until his last breath. When the two principals, His Excellency the President, William Ruto, and the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, may his soul continue resting in peace, sat down at the time when the country was on the brink of the precipice, when the young people of this country were pouring out on the streets, wailing, shouting, and demanding for change. They decided, let's put aside our political differences for the sake of this country. What can we do to safeguard this country that has been in existence for over 60 years now? Can we just let it to die? No. And these 10 points, it was as a result of the outcry by the people on the streets, the young people who are shouting about the high cost of living, bad governance, disrespect to the rule of law, and so many things that were happening in government then, in the country. So, these 10 points, the reason why I reminded Kenyans about them, I happened to have attended a 3-day retreat by the committee that is overseeing the implementation of the 10-point agenda and the NADCO report, which is Christian has coined 10, chaired by the former Senator Dr. Agnes Zani, who is the Deputy Secretary General of the ODM party.
Okay.
It's a 5-member team. They invited me to share insights on how communication can be used to reach out to the people so that people can understand about this 10-point agenda. These 10 points that are very critical. The 10 points that Baba kept on talking about. I remember during the funeral of the great lady who is also named, I think city is named after her. Dr. Phoebe Muga Asio.
Right.
He said so passionately that we are in this broad-based government. We ain't going anywhere. But we want this 10-point agenda to be implemented to the fullest. So that people in the country can know that as they head into 2027 general election, the things that happened previously will not recur. We want to start afresh. We want to start anew as a country. And this can only happen if these 10 points are implemented. And number one is a full implementation of the NADCO report. You remember how many days, hours,
months,
I think it was about 5 months that was spent at the Bomas of Kenya, people talking about the issues that arose during the protests, 2023 protests, ile tunaambiwa ya sufuria, that we almost died up a pipeline. By the way, I vividly remember, even my book that I'm about to start writing, that particular scene has a whole chapter in my book.
Okay. How
I escaped it, because I was in that vehicle that that police officer was targeting. Yes. And I remember very well, we were we were squeezed in that vehicle, that the famous KDD. And that was the heart of what we call Azimio TV. That's where our camera people were on top, and the entire crew was inside. So the first tear gas shattered the window screen. Then the windscreen. Then the second one now told us, now I think things are bad.
This might be the end.
Yes. And unfortunately, the driver panicked and he pressed the central lock. We struggled to get out of that vehicle. We tried to hit with our hands. It couldn't open. So one of my colleagues, called Felix, decided, no, I think there's a central. The driver had passed out, because of he had choked in that.
There was, so tear gas had already filled the vehicle.
Yes.
And it was in the front seat.
Seat.
So you can't, from the back, you can't even reach. You can't even see.
Yes.
And you're struggling to breathe.
My colleague Morris Ochieng, aka Baggy,
Mdomo Baggy,
alikuwa meisha. So this colleague of mine, Felix, decided, no, I think this guy pressed the wrong button. So he went and unlocked it. That's how we got out. Me, I'm a survivor of COVID, so my lungs cannot survive such tension. I collapsed when I got out. Another friend of mine, colleague of mine called Ndiege, carried me literally into somebody's house. It was a shanty pale in Pipeline. That's a story for another day. You'll read it in my book. Now, so some of these things that people are shouting about,
right?
High cost of living, poor governance, bad leadership, high-handedness, ethnicity in appointments. Then 2024, the Gen Zs came out in their thousands to show their disapproval of what was happening. So they decided, let us sit together. Let us decide to choose one thing. Can we let this country die? No. Let us put it on the right track. So if this report by the Kimani Ichung'wah and Junet Mohammed committee, the NADCO, can can be implemented to the fullest,
Right.
I think we'll be on the right track. Then number 2, inclusivity in governance. We want to see young people being appointed to CS positions. And I think there's a young man who was appointed as a CS for water from Meru. I can't remember his name. I only met him once.
He's a CS for water.
CS for water.
Yes.
He has a name similar to mine as well.
Muga. Thank you. I think this name Muga belongs to great people. Now, I hope he is, because I hope he's doing wonderful things for the young people, because he represents the Gen Z in the cabinet.
He's a very sober, very sane individual.
Yes.
Who actually understands his ministry extremely well.
Correct.
Yes.
I saw him the other day with engineers on site, and he was instructing them. This is a shoddy job. He was telling them, no, what you are doing is not right. So I think he can do better. And we need more and more young people being brought on board. Fikrini Jacobs is there, representing the youth as a PS. We need also persons with disability in government. The last time we had a person with disability holding a senior position in government was the former PS, Mukobe. Mukobe from Western.
Yes.
The lady.
I remember her.
But now,
yes,
there's none. We need persons. And yesterday, during the International Day of People with Disabilities, they made it clear to the government, please, we want some of us to be included in government so that we can also participate in building this nation. That is inclusivity.
One thing I can give it to President Ruto is that, and especially at the PS level,
yes,
we have a good number of young people.
I can see.
We can increase it for sure,
yes,
but that one I'll give it to him.
Yeah, and I liked his quick reaction to the Gen Z outcry after the meeting with the Honorable Raila Odinga.
Right.
And he decided, okay, let us do this. If this will settle, will calm the storm, we can do it. And I believe going forward, a lot will be done to ensure that the youth, the minority, persons with disability, women are included in government. Yesterday I listened to the new president of Namibia, that southwest small country called Namibia.
Namibia is not small.
Yes.
It's not a small country.
Yes. The population is...
the population is tiny.
It's tiny.
But
it's vast.
The size of the country is
the
huge.
land is huge.
People, few.
Yes. So she was saying how 57% of cabinet is dominated by women. And the government, the entire government, is ruled by women. The president is a woman.
Yeah.
The Speaker of the National Assembly is a woman. I think the Vice President is a woman.
Yes.
The Secretary General of the ruling party, SWAPO, is a woman.
I think even the Attorney General is a woman.
Yes, the Attorney General is a woman. So the Minister for Health, Minister for Finance, Minister for Lands and Settlement, Minister for International Foreign Affairs, they're women. That is what should be replicated in Kenya. Even if the president is a man, let us have women being given an opportunity to make decisions on how government is run. Okay. Let us have persons with disability on the table. Let us have the minority. Like the other day, the longest serving Sergeant at Arms of Parliament, Mr. Lekuta, retired. He comes from the tiniest community, which has a population of about 500 people.
The El Chamus?
The El Chamus from Baringo.
Yes.
A very small community. Whoever knew that a population of 500 people can produce the Chief Sergeant at Arms of the National Assembly of Kenya?
We actually
we need that.
We hosted the PS in the State Department of Gender, and one thing we asked her is if this is now Umi Bashir. Yes. We asked her if the El Chamus are going to be, and she said that there's a plan to ensure that the El Chamus do not disappear from the map of Kenya.
Yes, the El Chamus, there's the Ogiek, there's that community in Coast. Is I think I've lost the name. It's a small one.
Okay.
It's not among the Mijikenda.
Are you talking about the ones who are given citizenship?
Yes.
Makonde.
Yes. The Makonde, people from Malawi. Yes, we need to empower such communities. Let them come in the limelight so that they can be part of this national cake.
Right.
And also, there's this other point that, like, what the Honorable Raila Odinga kept on talking about, protecting and strengthening devolution. And I'm sure wherever he is, if this is done to satisfaction, he'll be happy wherever he is, he'll rest in peace. Devolution was his, like it was his passion. And he kept on saying during devolution conferences, let us increase, let us embed this allocation that goes to counties in the constitution, because as it is now, it is not in law. The government can decide the amount of money they want to release to these devolved units. But if we increase it to 25% or 30% and put it in law, that it's mandatory that from the GDP, every financial year, these are 30% of the GDP goes to the devolved units.
Yeah.
That will strengthen devolution, because right now governors are struggling. You'll find people saying, there's no medicine in hospitals, staff have not been paid, but the money is controlled by the national government.
Yeah.
And the bureaucracies that are there, you'll find governors are confined in Nairobi all the time, in the Ministry of Treasury, going to the control of budget. I don't know to do what. They're always in Nairobi when they're supposed to be on the ground serving the people. Okay. It should be clear and in law that every financial year we have 30% of the money going to the devolved units, so that governors can work effectively. They can equip hospitals and health centers. They can ensure that there's good service delivery to the people. That is what Baba has been fighting for until his last breath. Let us give him that honor by ensuring that this is done.
I have a question, and I will ask it because it has also been asked by one of the people that commented after you posted this. This is the Atheists in Kenya Society. And this is what they've asked. Philip, are you sure that Ruto believes in Agenda 3, 4, and 5? So Agenda 3 is protect and strengthen devolution.
Yes.
4 is economic investment in the youth. And then 5 is uphold integrity in leadership. Let's just start with number 3, protect and strengthen devolution. You've said that Baba was passionate about it. But is the president passionate about it?
I'm pretty sure when they sat down to agree on this 10-point agenda, he knew that in the heart of hearts of Kenyans, this is what they want. So the president has no choice but to agree with what they agreed when they sat together, the two of them, even if one of them is not there. But he has to ensure that this is done. And I'm sure he knows and he believes in this. He has been talking about this, about strengthening devolution. His Excellency the President has been talking about supporting the county governments to achieve their obligations and fulfill their mandates without interference, which is also in law. So the president, I know, I don't speak for him because I'm not his spokesperson, but listening to what he has been saying in public, and also having attended some of the meetings about this the 10-point agenda, I know he believes in these 3 points: the strengthening of devolution, economic investment in youth. That's why we have, I think, Nyota, when he said during the funeral of the late Mzee Garissa, Mzee Maitha, the father to Governor of Kilifi, that the government has set aside 5 billion shillings to empower the youth. And they have come up with this program called Nyota. Yesterday, where I was in Manzoni, there was a youth workshop talking about the implementation of this Nyota program.
Yeah.
And the youth are so excited. I happened to pop in and I listened to some of the discussions, some of the youth saying that we have, in my region, we have received the amount, and some youths have started small-scale businesses, such kind of stuff. I think it's work in progress, and things are working. And that's why there's some relative calm across the country.
Yes.
Because something is being done somewhere to the satisfaction of those who are grieved before.
We shall have a time perhaps to talk with CS Oparanya on these issues of empowerment, because he's the one who's directly involved with the things like Nyota,
MSMEs,
Hustler Fund and all that. Now, on point number 5 that the atheists in Kenya are asking, uphold integrity in leadership. Integrity in leadership in this country of ours called Kenya has been a question whereby we probably do not have the answers that we would want. Integrity, of course, encompasses a lot of things, but one of the biggest issues we are facing in this country is corruption. Corruption has been a thorn in the flesh, and we see every single, like even one of the things that ilipeleka vijana to the streets, the Gen Zs, was issues to do with corruption. They had issues even with CSs who are still in government at that particular time, and then they're still in government right now, on their flashy lifestyle, wastage in government, and so on and so forth. To be honest, we are seeing very little being done to ensure that that particular point is being sorted out. What would you say about it?
Matters to do with corruption. This is something that has been there since time immemorial. You remember during President Moi's time, when the first anti-corruption commission was set up, I think it was headed by John Haron Mwau.
Yes, it was.
Yes. It was something, I think you can expound on that, City.
You know the...
Are you okay, City, now?
I am.
Okay.
It's, what often happens when you're sipping your tea, sometimes it goes into a certain passage that it wasn't intended to, and then it irritates the passage. So the coughing is the body now trying to regularize the irritation.
The irritation, yes.
The World Bank and the Bretton Woods institutions had raised this very, very same flag that we're talking about regarding corruption in the country. And one of the things that, among the many suggestions they have made over time, is for the country to have institutions that focus specifically on dealing with the problem we just said was consistently and continuing undermining the development progress of the country. That was how the anti-corruption entity was actually formed. Now, Harun Mwau, as you say correctly, was the first CEO of that particular entity. But it's paradoxical, because Harun Mwau at that particular time was somebody who allegedly was in the eye of investigators for very many activities that could not stand the stark glare of light. So, again, as I said, it was like you're setting something to catch something. And that raised issues. But it was a beginning. If you look at the progression of what we have in this country right now, are these independent institutions that we have. For instance, how did we arrive at an independent judiciary? It is for that reason. How did we arrive at an independent land commission? It is for that reason. How did we end up with a department that deals with the registration of political parties? All these proliferations of independent units, how did we arrive at a position where the police service is independent? All these things begin from a time when it was acknowledged that unless these institutions are genuinely independent, then some of the progress that we wish to make, especially the fight against corruption, will actually be impossible. Yes.
Sure. And I remember during that time, I was still a young person. Very young, in 1999, thereabout, when there was this structural adjustment program, where you find the World Bank, the Bretton Woods institutions had imposed some conditionalities on government. You must do this, then we do this. You know, it's like.
Do you know it's very similar to what's happening now? Like this push to sell state corporations.
Yes.
It was the same thing they did then.
In the early
in the 90s. Yes, it was the 90s.
Yes.
essentially, the argument with the government had no business housing its employees, because the government was the largest landowner. Second to them, I think, was the railways, then the Catholic Church. And not necessarily in that order, but these are entities that own large tracts of land.
Yes.
So the government decided to divest. They started selling off. Institutions like Nairobi University had huge tracts of land. Many institutions that belong to the government had huge tracts of land.
Yeah.
But those pieces of land did not have individual titles. It was government land.
Yes.
And our laws at that time allowed the president to allocate land. He was not breaking the law.
Yes.
But it accelerated what we now see as land grabbing. It had begun in the previous time of Jomo Kenyatta.
Yeah.
But there are people who argue there was more land than there were people. So people didn't really complain much. What these institutions have asked us to do to sort of like sort out the problems of our economy have actually taken us into more problems than they provide a solution. This, I keep saying, these solutions that they provide produce, in my opinion, the complete opposite effect of what they say it should produce. Chief of which is what they call the austerity measures. They have never worked anywhere on planet Earth. Never.
Yeah.
And yet they insist. You have an economy that is starving. When somebody is starving, what do they need?
Food.
Yeah, they're telling you, deny this person more food, then they will work.
Oh, yeah.
If our economy is suffering and you deny it money, that's austerity measures. How do you expect it to be revived? To revive the economy, you need to inject more money into it, because it is the money that produces the economic activities that raise all these things that we talk about.
Absolutely.
Okay? Yes.
Yeah, to answer a question on that
Integrity.
agenda on integrity, I think a lot has been done. I wouldn't say a lot, but something seems to be seen to be done. Like, the passing by Parliament of, I remember that law, what was it called?
Which one? The law which
what does it do?
Aiming to cure?
The Conflict of Interest Act. The Conflict of Interest Act. I think it's a step in the right direction, so that it compels public officers not to engage in corruption. And you've seen, as a result, some former governors have had their property being repossessed by government, so they can recover the money that was stolen. I wouldn't mention the names of those governors, but it's in public domain. So there's a lot. There's also to ensure that also county assemblies work independently.
Yeah.
As it is now, before that law was passed, the County Assemblies Autonomy of County Assemblies Act, they used to depend on county governments. The speaker would go to the governor and start begging for money. We have this project, we need to go for benchmarking somewhere, please advance us some money. Now they'll be receiving money directly. So whatever they do with that money, if they misappropriate the money, they'll be held accountable as the county assemblies. I think that's a step in the right direction.
Going forward, perhaps we shall wait to see what happens. But even most recently, in this thing that we call the by-election, we saw a lot of meddling by members of the cabinet in the by-elections, and they were going against the public, the Public Ethics Act, and that is a conversation perhaps we shall have at a different time. But I honestly feel on that particular point, much more needs to be done, apart from just seeing one individual and two just being, there are issues, better properties being repossessed. Much more can and should be done.
I think on the issue of by-elections, and my senior here can attest to it, when a by-election happens, it's always up for grabs by everyone, the opposition and government. So they will want to do anything and everything within their means to win.
But the integrity,
it's not like, I know,
should not be negotiable.
I know that needs to be worked on, and it's, I think, progressively.
Yes.
Kenya is still, that's why we are called third world country. We do things retrogressively. The law says public officers should not be engaged in campaigns. But that excitement, and
the law is the law.
I know the law is the law.
Yes.
That is why we are saying upholding the rule of law.
Exactly.
Going forward, I think such kind of things will be made
Will they?
mandatory.
You know, Philip, we had this discussion yesterday.
Yeah.
With one Charles Nchai.
Yeah.
And again, he was arguing from a middle of the road perspective about this same issue.
Yes.
The IEBC has, among the many mandates it has, it is supposed to come up with a code of conduct, and they're supposed to implement it, and they're supposed to even enforce the outcomes of people who abrogate it. Now, is it difficult for the IEBC before a by-election or an election to flood the media or the airwaves with these codes of conduct that are expected?
It's not difficult.
It is not, so that everybody knows. So even when we're debating, our reference point will be the IEBC told us very clearly, these are things that must not be done. These are things, it's something they can do. There's the mandate of enforcement. Again, nobody expects IEBC officers to arrest people, but IEBC has the power to say we are nullifying this election.
Yes.
Okay? So they have very many things that they can actually do
Within their mandate and the law.
They can even stop that process and say, given what we are seeing, we cannot continue. They're the ones in charge of the election, not those people who are running around calling people names and doing whatever it is. I'm simply saying this, that when we speak about the law, I am more hopeful than I hear many of the people I share this country with, their citizens. The fact that we have the laws is the best thing that we have. You know why? That's why I can refer to it now. There are countries where they don't have this law. So it's all up for grabs. A free and fair election cannot include state officers participating in it, because already then it is skewed in one direction. Already. The might of the state is brought to bear on the election. That immediately makes it unfair. The whole idea of excluding these people is so that the people who want to contend, and I gave an example of those early days of the 90s when electioneering and campaigning was from one platform. The returning officer was the district commissioner. Everybody who was campaigning would come to that one platform, and as I say, unauza sera zako, you say what you want to say. That in many ways was an equal playing field. So every campaign that was required, a timetable was set, and the people who were campaigning came and spoke to the people. Now, we don't have that now. The issue regarding money and the issue regarding how it is we relate to money as a citizenry, there are those who will talk about our poverty, there are those who will talk about social pressures. The simple truth is this. We have morphed into a situation where we have normalized certain things. Voter bribery has been normalized. So in our heads, it's not even a crime. It is, the problem is if you don't give it, because people expect to be bribed. When we talk about our roads and when we have an offense, we see an offense as an inconvenience. We willingly pay a bribe so that the inconvenience can go away. How do we move away from this position where we've normalized very many things within our country? We've normalized them. We've even when we talk about them and people say, oh, we are going to fight against corruption, people are wondering, what are you talking about? And the reason why they're wondering what you're talking about, very many people in this country who are wealthy are people who worked for government. And the reason why laws like the conflict of interest laws come about is because the wealth they acquired over time was because they were doing business with government and using undue advantage because of the positions they had in government.
Yes.
You see? So this is where we are. And then when you talk about the businesses that we do, there's what we call crony capitalism. It's not fair competition at all. If I went to school and people from that school did well, went to university, got jobs in university, I have an advantage over very many people.
Sure.
Because I have an old boys network. All I'm saying is this. The fact that we have the law, that is what I pin my hope on. Because that law, for it to change, there has to be a fight. The biggest complaint we have against the members of parliament that we currently have is we donated a certain power to them and then they proceeded, they didn't donate it, they sold it. That is where we have a problem.
Oh, yeah.
So the dream of devolution as we anticipated is being whittled down in parliament as we see it by the very people who are supposed to champion for it. Yes.
And also the IBC, when it was reconstituted, I think they had a clear mandate to fix electoral injustices in Kenya. And that is what Kenyans expect of them.
Yeah.
Instead of commissioners coming out there with big English, discombobulating the masses with wordings and necessary innuendos, they need to come up with a code of ethics.
Yes.
So that whenever there's an election or a by-election like it was the other day, the players in that by-election conform to what they sign. You have to be compelled to sign some code of ethics.
Yes.
So that when you go down there, if you are involved in animal practice,
Right.
you are disqualified regardless of whichever party you belong. But you know, when you come to the public and start addressing the media, expressing your concerns and fears, you're not supposed to express your concerns and fears. You're supposed to stamp authority. Say, if you repeat this, we are going to disqualify you.
Yes.
Don't even give them a fine of 1 million. Give them a fine of 50 million so that they're unable to raise the money.
I think during the time of Isaac Hassan, when he was in charge of the IIEC then,
Yes.
he did, make some leaders sign a no to violence kind of...
That is what the IBC should be doing.
yes, I agree with you.
And I think when they came to office, and you can attest to this, they never had time to go for orientation, some seminars to train on how to manage elections. They just assumed office because of the shortness of time that we had for so many things that were in tray. They need to settle down, put their act together,
Yes.
and fix this nation.
Last but not least, a question here by one Omolo Geoff. Perhaps you saw this comment. Philip, tuambie tu ukweli. ODM people are now singing two-term, forgetting the 10-point agenda like Wanga. She never mentions that. To be honest, I kind of agree with Omolo here. Sijasikia much about this 10-point agenda ever since we laid Baba to rest.
Isn't the 10-point agenda is within the confines of a committee that is working on that. There's a committee that was appointed, which has alluded to,
Yes.
that is led by the Senator Agnes Zani. They have been left to work on this 10-point agenda. Go out to the masses, talk to the people, listen to them, gather views from the people through town hall meetings, one-on-one engagements, even through the media, so that they can come up with a concrete solution to the problems that arose during the protests.
Yes.
And it's a political process, but politicians have been advised to keep off,
Yes.
so that this committee can work independently as it's supposed to do.
Okay.
That's why you'll not hear the president meddling in whatever they are doing. You'll not hear the party leader of ODM now, Dr. Odinga, meddling in their work. They are sitting independently to work on this. And when they come up with the report, that's when you will know the kind of work they would have done, what should be implemented as a quick one,
Okay.
and what should be implemented in the long term.
All right.
So we've left it to the committee. Politicians are not supposed to engage in this, to talk about it all the time, because it's work in progress. There's a committee that is working on this. They have the clear mandate. Work on this 10-point agenda. Find a way of ensuring that these 10 points are implemented and executed.
They were supposed actually to be giving us quarterly reports.
They are doing that.
So they will give
on
us.
on tomorrow, 5th, I think 6th. 5th.
Yeah, tomorrow is 5th.
5th. They'll be giving out their second mini report, which they're working on. It will be presented to the two principals.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Philip Etale. Unfortunately, that's the time we had, but I'd like to invite you a second time, or rather another time, not a second one, but another time. Let's talk about these allegations of the president dismantling ODM. Tafadhali utakuja, uweze
I can
kutuongelesha.
tell you for free, the president has no business trying to dismantle, to interfere with the running of ODM.
We shall talk about it, Philip. But thank you so much for gracing us with your presence.
Thank you very much for your time.